This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shake that body.
Wake your punk ass up. That crust out your eyes.
You got Mark Ronson here, who's known to work with all the greats from Estelle to Amy Winehouse to Q-Tip to Solange. What was that like, man, working with Solange?
Solange is cool. You know, we worked together on two albums ago, and she had this idea for a song. She wanted to do it. And to be honest, I kind of recorded the music with the Dap Kings, the band I work with in Senator, and she finished the song. But she's cool. I think she just got married, apparently.
Yeah, she just got married, right? Older guy, too. Look beautiful.
Nice.
Amy, man, did any milestone moments you remember working with Amy? Because you guys put together some great projects.
I mean, we basically recorded most of Back to Black in about 2 weeks, so it kind of just happened so fast. I mean, she wrote Rehab in 2 hours. She wrote Back to Black in an hour, the lyrics. And so I wish I kind of even remembered more of it, and I wish, obviously, that we got to make more music together, but she was just an incredible performer, probably the best singer I'll ever get to work with. And, yeah, I'm lucky that I guess we got to make what we did.
Q-Tip, in my opinion, is one of the most under-acknowledged producers and trendsetters in the game. You know, we see a lot of folks who, when Q-Tip was doing Vibrant Thing and songs like that, a lot of rappers weren't brave enough to take it to that lane. Now, you know, as a result, we see a lot of people able to live off that. What was it? But his production, you know, early on Tribe Called Quest to now,
the production is absolutely incredible. It's astounding. I mean, every time he did a record, like, he would change the sound of hip-hop. So when they did Low End Theory, it was suddenly about jazz and these bass lines. And when they did Midnight Marauders, everything became kind of slick, and that led to the sort of eventually what the Jay Dilla and what he continued. Vibrant Thing. I mean, he makes some of the best records ever. He's, you know, has one of the greatest voices. He's so clever. And I think everybody from, like, Andre to Kendrick and will acknowledge that he's, you know, a massive influence and one of the best artist ever in hip-hop. So yeah.
Mark Ronson's here. Uptown Special, this is your next project, right?
This is my next project, yeah. So
now Uptown Special, from where I'm from, was a gun.
Really?
Yeah, it was called a Uptown Special.
Yeah. I think that's something like in the back of my head from probably, like, I remember that phrase, but I think it was, we had the record Uptown Funk with Bruno, and someone was like, what are you going to call the album? And I was like, I don't know. And they're like, well, you have to name it in the next 10 minutes because it's going up on iTunes. And I was like, all right, Uptown Special. Like, it just came out. But Uptown is like, you know, I grew up in New York. You know, I grew up worshiping hip-hop and early funk, and obviously Uptown means something in that. Then you have Uptown Minneapolis that Prince sings about. You got Uptown in Oakland, which is like the hipster neighborhood. Uptown New Orleans, where Mystical's from. So Uptown has this great relevance. It means a lot of different things to other people, but to be honest, I just took two words that meant nothing and shoved them together.
So you grew up in New York?
I was born in England. I moved to New York when I was 8 years old. So I grew up. Now I live back in England, but I grew up.
Okay. Yeah. I thought I was hearing the accent come through. I was like, I didn't thought that was English.
Like, slow down, Madonna.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I remember Madonna's whole accent changed when she moved overseas.
Yeah.
Okay, Mark Ronson's hanging out, man. Shaheem Reed brought a song for us to play. This will be the first song of the A&R room.
Nice.
A couple weeks ago with Mystical.
Yeah, I bought the Mystical record. I was digging it. We was just talking about it off air, me and Mark. Because I really haven't heard a lot from Mystical over the past few years, and I love the way he kind of had his swing over the beat, and, you know, I was excited about it, and some of the listeners, I think it caught them off guard because the response wasn't what I thought it would be, but I love the record.
I think, you know, the Mystical put out this record, hit it last year, that kind of went under the radar, but basically, I went driving through the South from New Orleans to Chicago for 2 weeks when I was making this record, looking for like a young, amazing female vocalist. But one place in Baton Rouge, we stopped off at KLC's house. KLC did all the legendary Beats by the Pound, from Move Bitch to Make 'Em Say and we went up there and we kind of woke him up in the middle of the night, and then we were like hanging out. We're like, can you get Mystical to come over? So Mystical shows up an hour later, and then we went to Memphis and cut this song. It's the second song that we did on SNL. You know, it's the #1 song on Spotify, viral, like, internationally this week. So I'm sorry your listeners maybe didn't get it the first time, but it's a massive record that people love.
Did Mark Ronson just stun on us right there? Like, listen, dummies, you didn't catch it the first time, catch it the second time.
Yeah, it takes you, listen, I know what it is. Anytime you do something new and it doesn't sound like everything else, it takes a little while to people get used to it. It happened when we did Valerie. It happened with Locked Out of Heaven. It's like, I understand that, but, you know, when you're making real music and these kind of things, and it's, it takes a minute for people to hear it. So I have faith that people are gonna come around, and people the response has been overwhelming to the SNL and all the other stuff.
Yeah, and it's called Feel Right.
It's called Feel Right.
Here it is, Mystical Feel Right off the Uptown special album. Mark Ronson, you want to talk with him? 888-742-3345.
The fire
All night. Feel Right. Featuring Mystical.
Put your hands together for Mystical.
Uptown special, Mark Ronson. That's the name of the album. We don't have a release date yet, Mark?
I think it's January 26th.
January 26th.
January 26th.
There it
Uptown
is.
special.
Uptown special. Rob in Chicago, what'd you like to say?
Hey, man, feeling that. It feels good in this motherfucker. For real.
Yes.
Good in this motherfucker.
Besides that Friday night.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a Friday night song. Yahad out of Newark. What do you think?
My bad, Sway. My name Jahad, Sway. But
Oh, Jahad, my man.
Yeah, Jahad. That shit whack as hell, man.
You didn't like it?
Hell no, I ain't like that shit.
I mean,
That
but
shit
whack as hell? Like,
Yeah, that shit whack as hell, man.
damn. Why?
And the weird thing is I'm related to this guy, so that makes it even harder.
Yeah, I think with live instrumentation and stuff, the ears have gotten so prone to synthesize.
Folks are trapped out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Trapped out, right? But hey, you know what? That's what makes up.
There's room for everybody.
Yeah, right.
There's room for everybody.
Yeah, there's room for. I love live instrumentation.
It's becoming a lost art.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know, and to hear Mystical, you gotta reinvent, right? You gotta find ways to. When Kanye did 808 and Heartbreaks, people thought he was crazy. Or when Common did Electric Relaxation, people thought he was crazy, right?
He was.
Electric Circus. I'm sorry, Electric Circus. If he did Electric Circus, people thought he was crazy, right?
He was a little bit though.
But look what it did for him. But it opened up the doors for everybody else to do everything. Yeah, right?
It was actually dope.
Hey man, I love trap production. I love all of it. But like when I go in the studio and what I do and what I have to say and what makes me different from other people is the live instrumentation. So that's kind of what I do. On this record I have like, Hudmo and some other producers I really love from like now collaborating with.
Tell people who Hudmo is.
Hudson Mohawk, who did Blood on the Leaves.
Hudmo. Okay. That's his nick.
He's Hudmo.
I guess it's for really,
okay.
really lazy people that can't say the words Hudson Mohawk. Everyone has to shorten it. In this
We're actually
Twitter era.
playing the Chimes remix.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
We world premiered that.
We world premiered that here.
True.
All right. And then, okay, so Hudmo's on, and who else is on?
Who else we got? Well, I don't want to, because I literally have to finish it tonight. I don't want to jinx it because there's some like BS, like sample clearance things that are going to make me upset. But it's great. And like you said, 808s and Heartbreaks, I co-produced the record with Jeff Basker, who co-produced and played all the keys on 808s and Heartbreaks and all of the lights. And we got this Bruno's record with Uptown Funk, Mystical Joint, and a lot of other great soul, funk music.
More rappers
More rappers that you love, but I can't say who.
Can't say who. All right.
It's Sway in the morning. Only on Shade 45.